Well, it is Sunday, and we've done all of the proper Sunday morning things, but now I have come to Yzeures, Creuse, where there is and I have trouble saying this, une fête d'Andriette, a sausage feast. How about that? Yeah, and a brocante, of course. And there's people selling garlic. That's how to sell garlic, isn't it? €7.50 a kilogram. Right, remember that, because next year, of course, I'm going to be producing millions of tons of it. Maybe. Yes, and there's all the usual suspects, all the usual stuff. So I'm going to pop you down for a little while and see what we can see. And of course, if you're going to go to a brocante at Yzeures, Creuse, then possibly you really need to just have a look at the River Creuse. If we stand still, you might, I don't know if you can see the martins that are catching insects low over the water. Are they? Oh no, that's a wagtail, not a martin. But the birds there, swooping about. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Well, I've reached the end. As brocantes go, this is actually quite a big one. Is it a good one? Well, the trouble is I've been to too many. If you are a fortnight a year holiday maker, this would be absolutely fascinating. There's lots of seriously interesting stuff. Fascinating things. Oh, and there's even 2 CVs parked under a tree. How about that? But if you come to these events on a regular basis, you begin to see the same stuff time and time again. So I'm not overly excited, but trust me, you would be. There's lots of fascinating stuff. And I know full well that if I've been to a brocante, there are some of you who want to know what I bought. Yeah, I went there with the intention of buying nothing. Actually, not quite true. I went there with the intention of buying an inner tube for my wheelbarrow wheel. Didn't manage to find one, but never mind. We did find some good things. Look at that. We found a key for a clockwork train. Very, very good, very useful. But better than that, it came with. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about this. This is not an ancient, wonderful, classic Hornby O-gauge thing. This is what's known as a série Hachette. You can't call it a fake because it doesn't pretend to be what it isn't. What we can call it is a reproduction, made to a very different standard to old Hornby, and it came with a little coach. They're fun, they're not valuable. Don't get excited, I haven't bought antiques. There of course is the tender that goes behind it, and there is a piece of the Hachette track. Yeah, not Hornby. Looks like Hornby, looks like all of those classic old O-gauge things, but it isn't. However, there was a piece with it that is the real McCoy 3-rail Hornby O-gauge. Got a little bit of a bend in it, but I've repaired this sort of stuff before. And it came with a Serie Hachette station. The way to tell these apart from proper Hornby is this is, well, it has all of the qualities of a cheap biscuit tin for Christmas. It is what it is. Repro. Yeah, it's pretty, it's fun. It again, not valuable, and it did come with a little man to wave at the train. That actually feels like it's lead, but I know it isn't. It's whatever they use instead of lead these days, because there is no way you can give modern children lead to play with. Now, that was that. I was pleased with that. I didn't buy that. I bought that ages ago in a proper shop for the right price. But what I did buy today was this. Now, my angle grinder is making all of the noises that tell me that it's sort of had it, basically. Not a great surprise. I've been cutting stone with it. I've abused it and used it, and so my grinder is coming up for replacement, and mine is a little job. Oh, don't want to get eaten by a large insect. Yeah, mine is a little job. This is a much bigger, much more powerful, much more. And what made me look at it was I need, to keep my circular saw going, I need some brushes. And I saw this and I thought, I wonder if those brushes will do my circular saw. Yeah, so I looked at it. Now, the French write numbers a little bit differently to the way that the English write numbers. And I looked at it and I thought, is that 10 or is it 70? It's actually €10. Okay. To give you an idea, replacement brushes for one of these are €13.50. So, you know, this old, and yes, it's Chinese and all that. That was, I think, a very good thing to pick up. Now, whether it donates its brushes or whether it gets used as an angle grinder, time alone will tell. I suppose that depends if my grinder dies the next time I try to use it.